Hello, Math 7 students. This is Chapter 5, Lesson 5, and this is the Part 1 video. Make sure that you have your Chapter 5, Lesson 5 guided notes template in front of you. You should be writing down everything that you see me writing down on the screen. So to start, we're going to start off with some vocab. Chapter 5, Lesson 5 is talking about expressions, and expressions are made up of things called terms. And you'll see the definition is already on your notes for you. Terms are parts of an algebraic expression, and they're separated by addition or subtraction signs. So there's two definitions that we're going to fill in the vocab word for. The first one is like terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variables to the same powers. And I'll give you several examples later. And a term without a variable is called a constant. And that is because it always remains equal to the same value. Now looking at example 1, it says identify the following in the expression. And we've got the expression. The first thing that's jumping out at me is that there's some subtraction that we should be rewriting. So what I'm going to do is rewrite the subtraction to the side. Please make sure you do the same on your notes. So this 6n stays 6n. That does not change. But we have minus 7n. I'm going to rewrite that to be plus. And then the opposite of 7n is negative 7n. Then we're going to have the rewrite for minus 4 will be plus negative 4. And then plus n is the same as plus 1n. So I'm going to add that coefficient of 1 in there. Now looking at some of this vocab, the first thing is we want to look at which terms we can actually combine. Like terms have the same variables to the same powers. So the like terms in this expression are the 6n, because it has an n, negative 7n, again, because it has the n, and 1n. So that goes on the line. We've got 6n, negative 7n, and 1n are all like terms because they have the same variable, n, to the same power. There's really little exponents of 1s on these, but we don't write them when it's 1. Coefficients are the numbers that are being multiplied by the variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a different color and show you. The coefficient here would be 6. 6 is being multiplied by the variable n. So we've got one coefficient of 6. Negative 7 is our second coefficient because it's being multiplied by a variable. And also 1 is the third coefficient. And then the constants are just plain numbers. So the just plain number in this expression here is negative 4. So that's our constant. For example 2, we want to write 4y plus y in simplest form, which basically means we want to combine like terms if we have them. The first thing I notice here is we've got addition, so I don't have to rewrite this expression as an addition problem, it's already there. But the one thing I would suggest doing is let's add a coefficient of 1 in front of this y term. Now I can see that I have two like terms, and they are 4y and 1y. They have the same variable, y, to the same power. There's really exponents of 1s here. Mathematicians just don't write exponents of 1s, they just leave it as the variable. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine. We've got 4 y's and 1 y, so we're really doing 4 plus 1, and whatever we get is being multiplied by y, or has a y kind of along for the ride here. So this gives me 5y. The last thing I want to do is I want to review what we talked about in each of these examples. So I'm going to borrow from the book, the Got It on page 388. We're going to do letter A. What they're asking us to do is to find a couple different things. The first thing is the terms. They want us to find the like terms. And they want us to find the coefficients. And the constants. So the first step you want to do is you want to rewrite the subtraction. Go ahead and do that now. So when you rewrite the subtraction here, you're going to have 9y plus negative 4 plus negative 11y plus 7. The next thing they want you to do is they want you to find the terms. So the terms are separated by the addition signs. So 9y is the first term, negative 4 is the second term, negative 11y is the third term, and 7 is the last term. Then they want you to find the like terms. Like terms have the same variable to the same power. 9y has a y, so does negative 11y. So they are a pair of like terms. That's an and sign. A second set of like terms here is negative 4 and 7. They both are constants, they don't have a variable, so they're also like terms, negative 4 and 7. The coefficients are the numbers being multiplied by the variables. So the coefficients here are 9 and negative 11. And the constants are negative 4 and 7. Last, let's try the got it on page 389. Put it on a piece of scratch paper, or better yet, write it in your math book. So what we want to do here is we want to combine the like terms. The first thing we have to do is rewrite the subtraction. That makes it 2g plus negative 3 plus 11 plus negative 8g. Next, we want to find our pairs of like terms. Remember, like terms have the same variable to the same power. 2g and negative 8g can be combined. 2 plus negative 8, remember when they're different signs, you're really subtracting. So 8 minus 2 is 6. The answer to that is negative because this has a bigger absolute value. Negative 6g plus negative 3 and 11 can also be combined. They're constants. So negative 3 plus 11, they're different signs. So we're going to take 11 minus 3 gives us 8. And the bigger absolute value is the positive number, so our answer should be a positive 8. These two terms, negative 6g and 8, cannot be combined because they don't both have a g or don't both not have a g. So this is our final simplified answer. Make sure that you save your notes template in your math binder in order to add to it when you watch video 2, part 2.